खजललदे से Champions League एक हाथ गैस में हैंगुमन किक पे जब ये नरमने भागी दुल्हने भीदी दस्ते गोल एक गन्नाई सिट सरसने समरोक बिन्ने साथ देने one heart. One game, one heart. Champions League. This is where we start. Together we dream, together we fight. We are the champions. Under the Champions League में One game, one heart. Champions League सागनाई अरमेन्ने दिविदेन्ने जयगन्ने एक सीने डरामियान्ने One game, one heart. Champions League where dreams take part. Raise your flags, feel the art. Football, one game, one heart.
Sri Lanka Football Champions League, powered by TV Supreme.
Welcome to the final week, second game of the final week, Sri Lanka Football Champions League, Week 7, match number 38, New Star taking on Java Lane here at the Racecourse. Going to be a very, very interesting one because both these teams will be chasing for that big W. New Star, of course, pretty much have locked their space in the second round. As we take a look at the weather forecast, of course, the sun's gone down now. The temperature currently feeling like it's around 30s mark, but it's very humid here at the Racecourse. And we do have a steady wind from left to the right of your screens. And joining me in the comment box is Nathan Coggins. Nathan, under lights, Champions League working out here at the Racecourse. We are in for an interesting game.
Yes, of course, Sudarshan. A very good evening to everyone tuned in, and crucial game for both these sides, isn't it? Especially for Java Lane. Currently, their fate of progressing into the second round sits in the balance. They'll need a result today, and they'll be very disheartened by their defeat last week. It was, I think, a 4-0 drubbing at the hand of their local rivals, Saunders. So they'll need to get their season back on track. And against a high-flying New Star side, it's going to be quite the uphill task as we take a look at how things have panned out in Group A of the Sri Lanka Football Champions League. Really tight at the top. 13 points to Saunders, but only 1 point behind New Star and Serendi, both stuck on 12 points. And like I was mentioning, Java on 7 points, under some pressure from Negombo Youth and Crystal Palace, who sit on 4 points apiece. So a crucial game for both these sides. New Star, if, with a win here, can put themselves in contention to finish top of the group, and Java Lane will need a favourable result to book their place in the second round.
Yeah, they need a favorable result to make sure that they secure their place, because otherwise they will have to hope and pray for results to go their way, because Negombo Youth are right at their tail, and if the Negombo Youth can get a win in their final game, they'll be tied at 7-all. As we take a look at the results of week number 6 SLTB, their terrible form continues as they are winless with 1-3 loss to Negombo Youth. Super Sun versus Pelican, that was a surprise one, because Super Sun, one of the struggling teams, managed to hold Pelicans to a draw. Super Sun really did have opportunity to try and take that one and have their chances alive. Crystal Palace going down to Serendib SC 4-1. Mathura going down to Solid SC 4-0, and St. Mary's going down to Police Sports Club 1-0. It's that result 0-3 at the hands of Saunders. Java Lane will really be disappointed. And like Nathan mentioned, both these teams massive giants back in the day in the footballing arena in Sri Lanka, but have to fight their way to make sure that they get on top into that top league in this second league or the Champions League. Nathan, Java Lane and Super Sun used to be big names. I'll come back to that. Muragasmulla taking on Mathura City Club earlier today. 1-all versus how it ended. A tame draw for both the teams as New Star takes on Java Lane. Tomorrow we will have Serendip taking on Saunders at 4 p.m. and Pelicans taking on St. Mary's in the evening encounter. Negombo Youth taking on Crystal Palace is going to be a very interesting one, because Negombo Youth will hope that their rivals do a favor for them here at Racecourse, and Police Sports Club taking on Solid SC in the evening encounter.
Yes, especially if Java Lane now on the losing side to that game on Sunday becomes a virtual playoff, isn't it, Sudarshana? Negombo Youth versus Crystal Palace, both praying for New Star to get a win today against Java Lane. And New Star, what a season they've been having so far. They were off track at the start, but they've come back brilliantly and now sit just 1 point off the top. So plenty to play for. Like you said, under the lights at Racecourse, it doesn't get any better than this as a sportsman in Sri Lanka.
Yeah, lovely facility here at Racecourse, right in the heart of the capital, and what a place to be applying your trade. Beautiful facility, and like I tell you, back in the day, it did not look like this, the Racecourse, and the authorities have done very well to make sure that it is in all its glory as the official flag comes out. Football is life. The referee of the day, Chatura Madhuranga. Living football. The flag from FIFA. Chatura Madhuranga picking up the match ball as the two teams walk out. New Star, of course, in blue, and Java Lane in pink and black.
It's a big moment for both these teams, led out by their skippers Harshana Sumudu for Java Lane in their pink stripe, and Mohammad Azam for New Star Sports Club, who've made the long trip to Colombo. The panel of officials, like you said, Chatur Madhuranga, and assisted by Asela Sirivardhana and Hiranta Piumal, and the fourth official S. Samaravikrama. Final formalities between both sides. Kick-off just a few moments away. Friday night at Racecourse, and decent crowd gathering in slowly but surely.
New Star, of course, does have a large fan base who normally travels. Not as we take a look at the officials, Satura Maduranga will be the man with the whistle, Asel Sirivardhana and Hiranta Pumal, the assistant referees, with S. Samara Divakar officiating as the fourth official. New Star, of course, did have a lot of fans who are following them. Maybe the turnout is slightly less today, given the fact that they have the confirmation they are going through to the second round. But New Star will be hoping to make sure that they put their best foot forward here, because you need to make sure that you go in with momentum into that all-important Super 8 runs.
Yes, of course, Sudarshana, and like you said, all these teams in this competition fighting to play in the top division of Sri Lankan football come the middle of the year. And especially for sides like this who we are used to seeing in the top division, unfortunately have to play their way out of trouble now. And I'm sure the fan bases will be hoping to see them at the highest level.
Javelin winning the toss and opting to take side as they pose for the final picture, the two skippers and the officials.
Take a look at the team cards for New Star. In goal, Mohammad Shahid, Mohammad Al-Fatik, Mohammad Azam, the skipper, Mohammad Umar, Mohammad Maziyad, Mohammad Shakib, Mohammad Fazal, the local legend, Mohammad Atif, Mohammad Shakir, Vital Auja and Afro Togneble making up the starting 11, with Tawfiq, Rimaz, Ahim, Ibrahim, Shahid, Risli and Fernando set to come off the bench. And for Java Lane, Rajavangsha, Farik, Derek Fernando, Harshana Sumudu, the skipper, Mohammad Rizkan, Mohammad Ali, Mirfan, Imadullah, Olavale, Abishan, Ayub in goal, and Rizvi Atik making up the starting 11, with Ziad, Afam, Andrew, Yasir, Sajid, Ravidu, Rajsekar, Malik, Amru and Humar set to come off the bench. And the two coaches today, Nazar Hamid of Java Lane Sports Club and Imran Hussain of New Star, will be an interesting battle on the touchline as well.
Once a feared club, Java Lane now fighting to make sure that they progress into the second round or the Super 8. New Star, a newer entrant to the competition, but have come out with all guns blazing. They've been fabulous despite that early setbacks, like you mentioned. Just the one loss at the hands of Saunders. But
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've been waiting for. Let the countdown begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, it's a kickoff. And straight away, it's that man, Mohammad Fazal, who plays the ball forward.
Is trying to get up in the right half of the field off the bat, New Star, and straight away picked off by Java Lane, and making a threatening run and forcing the defender to put it out there was Olavale for Java Lane. So New Star trying to start positively, but good counter press from Java Lane on that occasion, and the first throw in going the way of the side in pink. Taken short, sends in, tees in, cross and free on the right hand side post, but unfortunately just couldn't get the connection he wanted on that shot. Mohammad Rizkan, and an easy save in the end for the goalkeeper of New Star Sports Club. And they can try and build up once again. Set at the back and clearly in his right lines, but only as far as the Java lane player. Trying to play out from the back here, and a heavy touch is the concession of possession, and now the ball at the feet of Harshana Sumudu. Java lane doing well to force the mistakes out of the New Star defense, and now building up some good momentum of their own, and clearance made on that occasion by Auja to keep this Java lane attack at bay.
Promising start from Java lane, managing to try and camp up in the opposition half in these opening minutes. They need to be making sure that they try and make use. Here's an opportunity.
So, shot at goal from Derek Fernando. Unfortunately, caught the outside of the boot, I think, and nowhere close to the target. But yes, early exchanges, Java lane asking all the questions of this New Star Sports Club defense. Their pressing has been good. They'll hopefully can maintain this intensity across the 90 minutes. That's what's important. And a lovely ball over the top, but sweeping back in time was the Java lane defender. And then once again ball one back in midfield, and one back once again, held up nicely by Olavale. And Java lane continuing to apply the early pressure. Lovely ball in behind, and lovely through ball, and keeper swiftly off his line, and eventually making the right call there. Would have had his heart in his mouth for a moment, the New Star goalkeeper, but eventually Java lane coughing up another chance.
Very good work from Mohammad Shahid. Then that's the first foul of the game. Another look at that great intervention, and had to make that foul. Opportunity for Java lane, and the man has been given the responsibility to try and curl this one in is Muhammad Ali. First set piece of the game.
Yes, getting plenty of bodies in the box as well. Java lane, and floated up nicely, but too close to the goalkeeper, who spills it, and nervy moment survived there by New Star. Mohammad Maziad luckily in the right place at the right time to just kick that one out, but almost a costly error there from Mohammad Shahid.
Shahid had his heart in his mouth that time, but a timely invention by Maziad. But another opportunity for Java lane. First corner of the game.
Floated up off his right post, at the right hand side post was there. Gets the shot away, but straight into the defender. And New Star can clear their lines eventually. So living really dangerously in this opening 5 minutes. New Star once again guilty of not marking the back post from that corner.
This is good, isn't it, from Java lane. And early in the exchanges, your territorial advantage really does matter. If you can try and play football in the opposition half as much as you can, but you got to be privy to this. Offside flag goes up.
As Java lane looking really settled, isn't it, Sudarshana? Has settled into a good structure, and they are just caught offside. New Star. Looks of things, New Star are willing to soak up that pressure and maybe try and hurt them on the counter attack. But in doing so, they risk giving Java lane some good territory and possession inside their attacking third. This time, heavy touch once again, tries to play it forward. One back in midfield by the number 23, Mohammad Shakir, and once again applying the pressure are Java lane, and they've turned over possession once again. Lovely run there from the skipper, and headed forward, and now Auja looks to clear the lines for his team, sends a teasing ball over the top, and forces a defensive action out of Mohammad Azam there.
Vitalauja has been absolutely fabulous for New Star. He's been a rock in defense and also has been straying up as well when things open up. But this man Fazal is always going to be a real danger for any team. Here's Auja yet again delivering a dangerous ball. The first touch by Shakir, not so great, but seems to have given away a foul.
That's good work there by Derek Fernando, drawing the foul. And that was the first real attacking chance for New Star. Like you said, Sudarshana, what an addition Vitalauja has been. Previous games as well, made some very telling contributions.
Yes, Auja, I remember watching a game, I believe it was against SLTB, did score a wonderful goal as well. But New Star have, despite having a packed midfield as well, they've opted in these early exchanges to try and look for the long ball, partly due to that high press that Java Lane has brought out. I think the approach from Java Lane is absolutely on point because they do know that they can't sit back. They are the ones who are chasing this game. They are the ones who need all 3 points, and they're not going to be happy with just a solitary point coming out. But in retrospect, Nathan, if they can at least get a point out of this game, it basically slots up and secures their position because they're currently with 7 points. If they can get 1 point, that'll be 8. And Negombo Youth, even if they win, currently with 4 points, with a win, with the 3 points that they get, they are going to be 1 point short. So Java Lane needs to get some points and any point at all.
Yes, but it's when you try to do that, isn't it, Sudarshana? Sometimes you end up with no points. We've seen that plenty of times across the globe in football. So I think Nazar Hamid and his think tank are doing the right thing, probably trying to chase the game early, try and wrap it up in the first 45 minutes itself. But I'm pretty sure New Star will have plenty to say about that. It's a first goal kick to Ashfaq Ayub. Goes long and flicked on nicely and making a run down that right hand flank. Java Lane, but brilliant stuff in defense by Mohammad Atif. Outmuscled the runner Mohammad Rizkan for Java Lane. And eventually went out of his boot, and it's just a goal kick. Good stuff in defense there by New Star. And once again, Sudarshana trying to play that ball over the top. He said playing through the middle might be the way to go for them, but still choosing to persist with that ploy.
I think New Star is trying to overcompensate for the territorial dominance that Java Lane has had in this opening exchanges, but they got to remember it's just a quarter gone in this first half. Here's opportunity. Lovely control and that's a golden opportunity and half. Java Lane still live with the threat. Oh, the connection made. The bench is not happy.
It's as close as they've come so far. Sudarshana, what a run there by the striker. Set it up nicely for Rizkan. Just got the wrong side of the boot. And still the chance was live. Olavale this time with the header, but just a foot or so wide of Ayub's goal. And Java Lane certainly asking all the questions in this opening 10 minutes. Should have been a goal up there. 2 golden opportunities. Now winning it back. Java Lane. If you keep creating chances like that, Sudarshan, the goals will come eventually. Trying to work their way back upfield. Some lovely 1-2s. Now looking to switch direction. Only as far as the new star player. And Ahuja with the ball at his feet again. Sends the man on his way down the right hand side and running round the defender there. But good hold up play from Rajavangsha for New Star. Loved Ayub enough time to get on the end of that. But New Star showing that they have plenty of quality in attack, Sudarshana, and trying to hurt them on the counter.
That's something that Java Lane has to be privy about. New Star can attack from all parts of the field. They have some good midfielders who are good strikers as well. Yet again intercepted by Java Lane, who are looking to keep it close with those 1-2s. The formation clearly looking like they are going to play with a diamond. The ball rotation from New Star so far haven't been up to the mark.
Yes, surprisingly, considering the quality they have, you'd expect them to do better in possession. That is, Java Lane have overcrowded the midfield. Throw in once again taken long, but loose touch sends it the way of New Star. Now trying to play to the middle for the first time today, and Ahuja caught there, wins the foul. And perhaps they need to try and do a bit more of this, isn't it? Players like Vital Ahuja, who can perhaps take on two men at once, might serve them better, can draw the foul, especially with Java Lane chasing the game like they have done. And Olavale applying the pressure there. But that's a good counter from New Star. And once again, not doing well enough in possession. And it's turned over in midfield by Java Lane. This time looking to send it over the top and flicked on by the defender. Allows the goalkeeper to come out and make that collection. And those sorts of long balls just won't work against defense of this quality. One back again by the skipper. And given away by the skipper. This is Al-Fatih now. Yes, Ahuja to Maziad. Lovely ball over the top. Is he offside? Yes, he is. And luckily for Java Lane, was slotted into the back of the net there. And lovely ball over the top that time from Maziad. Isn't it, Sudarshana? That's where Java Lane can be hurt today.
Yeah, after that time, had overshot the defensive line, and I'm a little baffled as to why Vital Ahuja is playing a more defensive role than playing a little higher up on the pitch. It kind of shows you that New Star are looking to try and attack from the back those long balls, because Vital's deliveries have been very accurate and they are looking at getting after on the run.
It's taken long, kept in the field of play, and Olavale went off his boot. But yes, Ahuja sitting deep like you mentioned, and perhaps that's the reason here. One back by Fazal, puts it out onto the right wing, needs to cut inside. Lost his foot in, and it's back with Fazal. Tried to muscle his man off it and succeeds. Does the Java Lane defender. And it's out to Al-Fatih once again, and a brilliant interception there by Rizkan. Tries to send it into Olavale, but picked off by the New Star defender. Trying to play out from the back now. Just need to clear their lines. And eventually drawing the foul from the striker. But did really well there, did Al-Fatih to win possession.
Oluvale, a threat that is very potent and eminent in those red zones. But New Star have been pretty wasteful with possession. They haven't looked to be enterprising. They haven't. Some of the players haven't gotten a feel of the ball this game so far. That's concerning when you are a team who are looking to play possession-based football. Javelin, on the other hand, are currently comfortably winning the possession and territorial battle.
Yes, definitely. And what's concerning is New Star look happy to do that, isn't it? It's clearly their game plan to soak up the pressure, but like you said, sometimes you need a bit of a feel of the ball to try and grow into a game. And New Star, we know, are a side who have played better in possession so far this season. As they give away another throw in. Might want to go long here. No, takes it short to Oluvale, who cuts back inside and sends in the cross. Everybody's in the box. And the header is just over from Rizkan. But Javelin coming ever so close once again. Farik took it quickly and Oluvale nearly produced a peach of a cross there. And unfortunately Rizkan, probably the second or third chance he's missed today. Score stays 0-0.
Well, Oluvale, under so much duress with the defender, did superbly well to deliver that. His finishers not so much as Javelin has to clear. But I do remember you telling us, Nathan, if Javelin can keep creating chances, a goal would come. But what's concerning is that sometimes when you create so many chances and when you dominate the game and you do not just have a goal and the opposition suddenly scores from a counter, the frustration can really add up, isn't it? Got to make sure that you keep a tab on that and make sure that you finish all the chances that you get. At least 50% of them, because if so, Javelin would have been 1 up now.
Yes, definitely could have been 2 goals up, isn't it? Yes, I mean the chances do keep getting created, but it's not good to be wasteful. We've seen that happen countless times, isn't it? Especially when playing against a low block. Team can snatch one on the counter. As another attempt at crossing is kicked away, and looks like we'll have our second corner of the game to Javelin. Clearly have some players who can really whip that ball in, really tease the defense, but need to get someone on the end of those crosses to apply the finishing touches. As Rizkan looks to curl one in, unmarked on the back post once again, keeps it live, sets up a shot on the edge of the box, and New Star can clear their lines eventually, but it's one back in midfield. Looking for options now, tries to play it through to Oluvale. His man manages to head it clear, and then the resulting header cleared away. So take a look at that replay once again, Sudarshana. We've seen it countless times today that New Star haven't been marking that back post. It's been almost a free header for the man running up for Javelin, and that could cause them some problems.
Yeah, if they can try and capitalize on that. Hasn't been the first time that we've seen that. Mohamed Shahid has been a busy man for New Star. Not so much for Ashfaq Ayub.
Ayub tries to play it long, has given away possession, taken quickly by Fatik, and running on to this one, but cleared away by Javalin. Did well to get good angle on his man, and now played over the top nicely for Olavale, but just couldn't get there in time. And retreat in Adi New Star defense, but did really well there to turn the defender, and eventually ends up winning a throw-in for his side. So some pretty enterprising stuff from Javalin, but it's New Star who've come away with the ball. Now we have a throw-in. Trying to string some passes together, trying to form an attack, and stepping nicely in midfield, but he's wrestled off the ball once again by the skipper of Javalin, and the ball has been turned over in midfield. Trying to turn his man there is Alim, plays it through to Olavale. Olavale has a menace in right boot, but the defender doing well to not let him get onto his favoured foot. Was forced to cross it in off his weak foot, but the chance is still live here for Javalin. That time it's Abdul Farik winning it back, and now puts it out onto the right hand side. Here's the cross coming in from Rizkan, but just didn't get enough height on it, but it's fallen kindly for Olavale once again, and takes the long shot, but unfortunately just whistles over the goal post of Mohammad Shahid. But Javalin with another threatening attack there.
Yeah, that ball needed to dip for Javalin, who've been making all the plays this game so far. 23 minutes on our clock. Javalin yet again managed to turn it around, and Shahid, who's been under the pump, delivers it forward for New Star.
Just looking to make a run on that left hand side, and that cross goes straight into Rajavansha. But enterprising run there from Togneble, and the corner has been taken quickly at the feet of Mohammad Fazal now. Here's Togneble on the edge of the box. Is Farik, cuts inside, takes the shot, but was a shot more in hope. Sudarshana thought he had a few better options there, could have floated it over the top. Hadn't retreated back the New Star players after that corner, and probably the best chance that New Star have had so far in this game.
Definitely. New Star's visit to the opposition now has been few and fine between. Javalin, on the other hand, will be hoping that they keep creating the chances, and will be hoping that they are able to put a finishing touch to at least one. Well, Nathan, no towels for the goalies. Nobody stealing them as well.
This has been a hot topic, isn't it, in the footballing sphere. It's humid in Colombo, but I don't think it's that humid, Sudarshana. Saw some of Morocco's antics in the AFCON final, but don't think we're at the business end of the tournament yet for the subs to be putting in the dark arts. There's another throw-in is won by Javalin, and they'll look to go long from this one.
Well, despite all the controversy, I think football was definitely the winner at that AFCON final. Couldn't be happier for Sadio Mane, former Liverpool man.
Yes, Togneble trying to get the shot away, turns, and eventually took a touch too many there. Should have released it first time. Fell nicely onto his left boot. Might not be his favourite foot, but a left-footed shot there would have probably given him the best chance of scoring as the ball slips through once again, but Olavale just didn't make that run. Yes, so you must be a very happy man, Sudarshan. Sadio Mane leading his nation to an Africa Cup of Nations, the former Liverpool star.
Olavale yet again managing to get the touch, and New Star has been having. Oh, that's a corner. That's a coach Kalasan at Nathan. Coaches really do get frustrated, and you'd wonder if you took your eyes off, how in the world did that corner come through?
So Imran Hussain probably pulling his hairs out. You can see him on the touchline screaming at his defense. At a change in the corner taking duties, Olavale has stepped up. I think he's better served in that box, isn't he? Try and get his head on the end of one.
Well, I think you're on loudspeaker because they've made the change, because Olavale clearly has the height advantage as well. Opportunity now, another one for Java Lane, and that's a good delivery into the box. Yet again, Mohamed Shade, despite looking vulnerable, manages to get it under wraps.
As this time, once again, that man at the back post got away from his defender. Had a free header almost, and it's like the New Star player has done himself some damage there. But really causing problems for New Star, these Java Lane corners and set pieces, Sudarshana.
Rizvi have taken that time with a bit of a jersey tug, and the referee Chatura Maduranga telling him in no uncertain terms, you are not supposed to do that, mate. And next time you'll go into my book.
Has played almost half an hour so far. I think Chatura Maduranga will be happy he hasn't had to reach into his pocket yet. We've seen quite a few red cards in this tournament so far, and red cards that have rightfully been awarded, isn't it? Some really reckless play we've seen, but so far good continuity of play, really fluid game of football so far. But still neither side managing to break that deadlock. So Tokneble trying to turn his defender once again, gets it onto his right foot, and eventually had to take evasive measures there. Abdul Farik puts it out for a corner, or looks like has been changed into a goal kick. And rushing into that tackle, Imadullah for Java Lane. Could have gone horribly wrong for him if he got it wrong.
I had to make that tackle, Imadullah, taking a calculated risk, because after Tokneble is always a very dangerous man who's lurking with danger. Oluwale now makes a run. Here's an opportunity. Should have shot the first time. A touch too heavy from Java Lane, and how many chances are going to come their way? Still keeping it alive.
Think it's that man Rizkan again, isn't it, Sudarshana, who's coughed up that chance. Really needs to put his finishing boots on, isn't it? Should have just taken that shot first time.
Yeah, the New Star defense was really hassled. Rizkan not having that kind of day.
Now one back in midfield by New
it? The modern day football, rather. "31 minutes on our clock, and it's still a deadlock."
Yes, but what a thorn in the side of the Java lane defense has that man been. Sudarshan Afrotogneble certainly caused some problems, doubling and tripling down on him, but still managing to find a way through, and looks like they're trying to use this left-hand flank, isn't it, going forward. Even Mohammad Al-Fatih seems to favor going forward more than hanging back, as Olavale is caught there by Mohammad Fazal, and referee Maduranga forced to go into his pocket for the first time today, and rightfully so, isn't it?
Yeah, Mohammad Fazal, just by putting his hands up, knew exactly what he was doing. He had to draw that one out in order to make sure it wasn't a more dangerous one. The veteran.
This time curl back inside on the free kick, and the clearance put away, but Java Lane managing to emerge with it, and it's turned over by New Star. Now looking to attack down that right hand flank. There's Ahudja, but fortunately just couldn't get away. Yes, Mohammad Fazal, veteran in this side and the highest scorer for this side as well. I think he has the 6 goals to his name so far in this competition.
Scored an absolute screamer against Serendip just at the dying minutes. Off a free kick, Fazal. Got a brace as well. Oh, here's an opportunity. Another one. Oh, Mohammad Shade. Really managing to get hold of that, but the flag was up.
As that time it was Alim applying some good pressure on his man, winning it back right on the edge of the D, and Olavale just came from an offside position, but regardless, Shahid had come out and made the collection. He's been really swift off his line today, Sudarshan, the New Star goalkeeper, and he's had to be part of the reason why the score is still at 0-0.
Yeah, largely the reason why the score is still at 0-0. Both Fasal and Auja opting to play a more deep road. Here's Afro into the box, but has been escorted out.
Stogneble once again, a real live wire down that left hand side. Like we were mentioning earlier, he's combined well with Mohammad Al-Fatih as well, playing left back today. He's more than willing to make those runs up front. The man in the number 3 jersey for New Star. So looks like there's some damage being done to the knee of the Java Lane number 3, Abdul Farik.
New Star missing one of their marquee players, Mohammad Tim, who was, I believe, part of the indoor football side for Sri Lanka.
Yes, plenty of the men in that squad were playing in this tournament, isn't it? And Java Lane will, New Star rather, have had to adjust. The crowd continues to build here. Friday night, of course. And if you are in the vicinity, there's no harm in dropping down to the racecourse, isn't it, Sudarshana?
Oh, absolutely, because always a nice place to watch a game of either football or rugby. Beautiful facility here. A luxury, isn't it, to have this kind of facility right in the center of the city. And something you're very thankful is the fact that there are so many grounds around this area, Nathan, making sure the city is still green, which would have otherwise been a concrete jungle, because the real estate values around these areas are absolutely unbelievable.
Yes, that's one of the beauties of Colombo, isn't it? There's plenty of sporting venues in and around the city. Have the Bloomfield Cricket Ground right next to us, the University of Colombo facility as well. Just a couple of steps over, and here's another darting run from Alim. Sets it up nicely on the edge of the box for the skipper. Gets the shot away, but blocked nicely there by his opposite number. Java Lane well and truly breathing down the necks here as Fatik forced to take evasive action and boot that one out. But some more good work rather from Mohammad Alim of Java Lane, setting his team up. He's playing really nicely inside that pocket, isn't he?
Very good work from Java Lane. Relentless attack and very promising and enterprising stuff this time. Along throw. And that's a penalty awarded to Java Lane. Clear opportunity. Tried getting away. Oh, clearly. Auja, young lad, when you put your arm over the shoulder inside the box, you're always going to be under pressure, and with the, there you go, with the risk, he puts it up and then yet again holds his man, and referee Madhuranga had no hesitation. Now Olavale, the man who's been troubling this defense so far, can really drive their case in this first half, last quarter of the first half. Can they go into the sheds 1-0 and hopefully with that really put their case forward for a top 4 finish? Olavale taking his time. Shade have been 100% so far, but that's the goal. First goal of the game, and Olavale has it for Java Lane. They kept asking, and finally they have the answer.
Yes, so Olavale sending the keeper the wrong way. Coolly taken penalty there. Absolutely nothing Shade could have done about that. Even if he went the right way, was dead into the corner from Olavale, and it's a goal that's been a long time coming, like you said, Sudarshana. The questions that Java Lane have been asking, and Vital Auja has learnt a lesson the hard way. You can't be making contact like that inside the penalty box. Olavale, who's been the wrecker-in-chief for Java Lane so far, asking all the questions, gets his goal. And with just 5 minutes left until the breather, I'm sure Java Lane will be breathing a huge sigh of relief, isn't it?
There's something to show for, but they need to make sure that they have their concentration on, because last thing that they want is to try and give it away. Olavale goes down soft. Referee Madhuranga will have none of that, as Olavale claims to have gotten a hit too heavy. Oh well. Mohammad Azam, the new star skipper, making contact with Olavale's scarf. Now Java Lane, interestingly, will try to manage the rest of the regular time and whatever is added for this first half to go into the sheds 1-0. Because like we discussed, they cannot relax, Nathan. They need to make sure that they at least get a 2-goal cushion, which will try and give that breathing space and the assurance that they will still be live in this tournament. While they just need 1 point from this game to try and go into the top 4, they'd like to go in there with 3 points.
Yes, of course, isn't it? So that's always better to go in with a win, isn't it? And this win, if they are able to hold on, will take them into double figures as well, which I'm sure is a morale boosting factor of its own. Here's another chance from Olavale. Is cleared away by New Star, who sent their strike on his way, but the goalie is forced into his first save of the day for Java Lane.
Fasal that time making that connection, and that's exactly what Rizkan had to do earlier time. Try and make that shot off his first touch on the volley.
There's been a foul drawn in midfield there. Protests coming in from the New Star players. But Java Lane won't be complaining too much about that. Just 1.5 minutes left in this first 45, and 2 minutes to be added on as well is what we're hearing. So not too far away for Java Lane and for New Star as well. Chance for them to regroup, perhaps alter the game plan a bit. Yes, so far the high line of Java Lane has managed to contend with New Star, trying to play on the counter attack. Have caught them offside on plenty of occasions. Unmarked at the back post again. Just didn't get the direction on that shot that time. And a shot from range this time, and Shade gets down in time to make the save.
Very surprising, especially because of the fact that some of the key midfielders for New Star are playing a little deep, but still they have that back post absolutely unmarked. And all it needs is a timely intervention of a Java Lane player, which could really double this. Flag goes up. Mohammad Fasal that time protesting that he was on for that.
As once again, coming back to our earlier point, I think Java Lane's defensive line have done well to catch New Star in that offside trap. Especially when a team is trying to play on the counter and you're playing with a high line, something that you need to do. As it's 3 minutes of added time at the end of this first half. And it's a throw in favor of Java Lane. Wouldn't they love another goal before the break, isn't it? That 2-goal cushion is what you look for. Could have been 3 or 4 goals if they took their chances. Here's Olavale, but wrestled off of it, and New Star trying to rush up the field. Here it comes into midfield once again, takes it past a couple and puts in a lovely ball over the top. And a desperate clearance there from the defender was needed. New Star on the flanks and in midfield once again have won it back as Fatik. And a timely intervention from the Java Lane defender. Brilliant stuff.
Very
Perfectly
good.
timed tackle.
It's fabulous from Java Lane. While they've kept on pushing pressure, they've also managed to make sure that they defended well. Here's a through ball, Olavale chasing it.
So, bit of a protest coming in from the Java Lane faithful, but right call made there. And Olavale looks like he's done himself some damage.
Well, now it will show a little nudge from Mohammad Atif. Lovely to see families coming in to enjoy the action. Java Lane, a traditional club which has been in operation for decades and decades. I've had the pleasure of working at Slave Island back in the day, just outside Glennie Street, Nathan. I used to remember Java Lane, now very big. Most of the original Java Lane supporters and also the founders have been very big Liverpool fans. Their emblem also resembles Liverpool logo as well. They used to have a massive Liverpool logo painted on the road.
Must have felt right at home, isn't it, Sudarshana? Proud Liverpool fan yourself.
Yeah, that's a blessing and a curse that I was born into. Currently, not having the greatest of seasons, but here's Java Lane yet again, making their case. To the box, makes the connection. Another chance, still alive for Java Lane. Luvale that time making contact with the defender.
It's another really threatening move there, and it's that man Rizkan again. That time could consider himself unlucky, and the follow-up shot was brilliant from Derek Fernando. Luckily for New Star, had a man in the right place, and Alim just couldn't catch that the way he would have hoped. And that's the final action of this first half, and it's 1-0 to Java Lane. It's been a really entertaining 45 minutes of football here at the Racecourse, and it's Java Lane with their noses in front and one hand already in the second round of this Sri Lanka Football Champions League.
Got to wonder how much of complacency is playing a part here as we look at the full half-time confirmation. 1-0 in favor of Java Lane.
So half-time confirmation, 1-0 to Java Lane. Could have been a lot more the way they played, but as things stand, they have sealed their place in the second round. As we take a look at the highlights from that first half, had plenty of chances, isn't it, Sudarshana?
Well, it's going to look like a personal highlight reel of Java Lane, because that's how the first 40 has turned out to be. They've been asking questions after questions. Oluwale managed to connect, but didn't have the direction right. Yet again, the back post unmarked. And this from range, dead and dip for Java Lane. So many chances, one after the other, but here's where their goal eventually came. Oluwale sending the goalkeeper onto the wrong side. Getting the goal, 1-0. It was the good work done by Derek Fernando that they earned it through. As we go in for a quick commercial break, when we come back, we will have the action of this second half.
Faida jalila de rase Champions League ek hada gas mein hanguman kick pe java naramenne bhagi dulanne hidi dasde goal ek gannai sit sarasenne samarok wenne satteta denne one heart. One game, one heart. Champions League. This is where we start. Together we dream, together we fight. We are the champions. Under the Champions League में one game, one heart. Champions League साटनाई आरामने दिल्ली जयगन्ने एक सीने डबियाने one game, one heart. Champions League where dreams take part. Raise your flags, feel the art. One game, one heart.
Sri Lanka Football Champions League, powered by TV Supreme.
So welcome back for the second half action as Java Lane kick us off. Couple of substitutions as well for New Star. Chasing the game. Other side from the north, and straight away Java Lane looking to pick up where they left off, and Olavale caught from the back there by Fazal, who's already on a yellow card. Needs to be a bit more cautious. Oh no, that was in fact that was Atif making the tackle, but straight from kickoff Java Lane once again putting themselves in a good position, Sudarshana.
Yeah, great position to attack from at the very start of the second episode of this game.
Got Alim and Derek Fernando standing over it. Both have some heavy boots on them. And a big wall set there by Mohammad Shahid. Looks like he'll have the right boot of Alim to contend with. Who's had a couple of shots from that area in open play though. And Derek as well. Know how dangerous his left boot can be, and it's Derek who takes the shot, and ever so close there were Java Lane. Derek Fernando had Mohammad Shahid scrambling, but fortunately for him, shot is just wide off his right hand corner. So Java Lane picking up right where they left off in the second half. 1-0 up so far, courtesy Oluwasun Olavale penalty, and tees in ball over the top once again, but it's nipped off by New Star. And now looking to set Togneble on his way, but just too much pace on that long ball, so doesn't look like either coach has really altered their game plan from the first 2.5 minutes that we've seen. It's Java Lane putting on some pressure, winning the throw-in. Slowly getting some bodies up the field as well. Here's Olavale. Doubled up on in defense, but some desperate measures taken there by New Star. And getting closer and closer rather to that New Star penalty box are the men in pink. Here's Olavale turning his man and winning the set piece. So it's a second free kick in a really promising position for Java Lane there. Absolutely no doubt about that one. Al Fatih has found it really difficult to cope defensively so far. Almost caught Olavale around, bear hugging him almost rather. And yes, Derek Fernando lining up another delivery. Played it short that time, and the clearance only goes as far as Alim, who tries to head it back into the penalty box. And now emerging with it is the substitute for New Star, Mohammad Ibrahim, who's come on at the breather. New Star surviving yet another scare. Start out this second half, and here's Olavale one-on-one, and Shade makes an absolute mess of it, and Olavale came away with the ball, but luckily for Mohammad Shahid, referee Madhuranga had blown the whistle. Let's take a look at the replay there. Olavale asking all the questions of this New Star defense, and in the end it was good work by Mohammad Azam to hold off his man for just long enough.
Yeah, Mohammad Azam, the skipper, doing very well for New Star, but troubles continue for New Star. There's another ball on the field. It needs to be taken off quickly because Javalen, he is yet again. Javalen asking questions. And seems like Vital Auja is going to be playing a more central role. Olavale yet again with a shot on target, but denied by Shahid.
A smart save there from Mohammad Shahid. But Olavale really started the second half off with a spring in his step. Has his name on the score sheet already. Javalen, certainly the way they played today, won't be happy with just the one goal.
Will be very much desperate to get the 3 points in the bag. That time Abhishan not getting the contact that he desired.
One back in defense. Good stuff there from the Javalen backline, and Olavale once again pressuring his man, but it's Al-Fatih who comes away with it. Lost for options there, and a lovely Trivela pass over the top, and Togneble trying to get on the end of that. But Javalen clearing their lines, but only as far as the New Star midfield. A good press there from Javalen to keep them at bay, and Olavale emerging from the traffic, but just ran out of room on that occasion. So New Star showing that they too can be threatening if they put their foot on the gas. But we just haven't seen enough from them in the first 50 minutes, isn't it?
Showing some urgency, New Star, in this second 40. Auja in a more central role now. Olavale to Atik. Intercepted, but only as far as Abhishan. Olavale having a touch too many. Dislodged off possession. This is dangerous from New Star. The defensive line for Javalen so far has held strong.
Yes, but New Star, like you said, playing a bit, getting their key men a bit higher up the field in this second 45. Certainly look a bit more threatening. So they draw another foul in midfield. But Javalen, to their credit, have done really well to hold New Star so far. New Star, not a team that usually sits back. They've had plenty of goals in this Champions League so far. Very uncharacteristic of them to go 53 minutes without finding the back of the net, as Al-Fatih's caught in a tackle there by his opposite number, Derek.
More than the lack of goals in the scoreline, I think what New Star will be a little worried about is the fact that they haven't created enough chances to try and capitalize. Fazal lining up, grimacing. For a man to run up the shorter side. Oh, what a delivery, and that's a goal! The veteran does it, and Auja, the man who gets it for New Star, and it's all square. What an assist from Mohammad Fasal. Delivers into a dangerous position, and Vital Auja gets the score for New Star.
That's exactly what you want from your experience, isn't it, Sudarshan? Fazal with an inch perfect ball over the top to Vital Auja, who will be more relieved than anything after scoring that goal. Remember, it was him that gave away the penalty in the first half, but he's made amends, and made amends in some style. And we're back with parity. One apiece after 55 minutes. And this game looks like it could go down to the wire.
Well, now New Star will be playing with the spring in their step. They are not going to want to finish this game with shared points. Java Lane will have to work extra hard now to make sure that they take all three from the game.
Yes, and certainly will be ruin those missed chances from the first half. Had plenty, but just the one goal to show for it, and all of a sudden, New Star with their probably their first real shot on target in this game, as it's another threatening ball over the top by Fazal, and gets the shot away first time, and it's deflected away for a corner. New Star with a spring in their step, appeals for a handball as well, but really making things happen in this second half are New Star, and it'll be Fazal over another dead ball. Taken quickly by Mohammad Fazal, but just overcooks it. Unfortunate there, had no one run in that back post line. But sadly, Sudarshana, that Java Lane defense looking a bit shaky.
They can do that to you, isn't it? When you're caught in two minds. Looked solid, Asela Rajavansha that time. Doesn't extend his arm out, which saves him from giving away the penalty.
Turning his man, there was Auja, and in the end getting the desired result. Has a throw in. New Star taking it long this time. The Java Lane defense not dealing with it again, and managed to get the shot away, but just scuffed it, which allowed Ayub to come across his goal and make that collection. And here's Auja winning the loose ball. Puts it over the top to Togneble. Needs to release it first time. That's what he does, but didn't get the connection on that. And Ayub can make another easy collection. And straight away sends his man on the counter attack. Plays it infield. This time the New Star defense up swiftly to deal with it. Eventually clearing their lines. But Auja contesting for those second balls. And now they have Togneble in space once again, but read nicely by Abdul Farik on that occasion. And a yellow card coming to the New Star player. Let's take a look at the replay there. Farik. The yellow card going to Muhammad Al-Fatih, who's been pretty shaky on that left-hand side so far. We'll have to play with a bit more caution as well. There's a timely interception from Farik, and yes, very late on the challenge there.
Yeah, had absolutely no chance of getting the ball, and Abdul Farik needing some running repairs. Al-Fatih has been vulnerable in that left upright.
Olavale Bit wasteful there, and another ball over the top coming into Togneble. Perfect ball over the top there, and sends it into the box. And Ayub makes another collection. I think that's been the difference, isn't it, Sudarshan? A new star playing a bit more carefree. So in that first half, they were way too careful, taking plenty of touches. But this time, happy to release it first time, and it's rolling towards the back of the net. But luckily for Java Lane, it was offside. The shot was missed anyway. But what a ball there from Auja. No one reading it. And Togneble very nearly few inches away from getting New Star the lead.
Java Lane need to really shake this one off. They're being put under enormous pressure by New Star, and seems like soon after that one goal, New Star looks like a completely different outfit.
That's the difference a goal can make, isn't it, Sudarshana? 15 minutes have just whizzed past in this second half. And all of a sudden, we are into the final half an hour here at the Racecourse. As referee Madhuranga has gone into his pocket once again. Some Aji-Baji off the ball. Looks like it's Olavale who's gone into the referee's bad books. Flicked on. New Star once again winning the second ball, emerging with it, and winning it back in midfield. Java Lane. Still with Java Lane. Wrestles off his man there and puts in a tease in cross. Does Rizkan, but no one making that run, as you have a confirmation of the yellow card. Olavale for some off the ball action. It's into the book. And Fazal once again selling Togneble on his way, but just too much power on that from Mohammad Fazal. But this midfield is playing very freely, isn't it, Sudarshan? And that's what you love to see from a stacked outfit like New Star.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're playing so much better in this second half. New Star getting their midfield to create those chances, and they do have the finishers in their arsenal as well. Ayub has been called into action much more regularly than in the first half. Auja yet again putting the ball up front.
Damn heavy touch takes it away and makes the ball available for Java Lane, and just taken out of bounds there. New Star. Unfortunate for them on that occasion. Bit of a heavy touch costing them perhaps another opportunity. Less than 30 minutes to play though. As things stand, Java Lane will still book their place in the second round. Here it comes from New Star. Togneble that time couldn't get the connection he wanted, but Java Lane forced to clear. It looks like the throw-in has gone the way of Java Lane. An opportunity for them to just get themselves out of their own half. Try and wrestle back the momentum in this game. New Star trying to get some fresh legs on the park as well. Mohammad Shahid waiting on the touchline to come in for Shakir. Here they have another long ball by the looks of things. Is Fatik with the long ball in. Headed away by the Java Lane defender. And now they'll end up with another throw in higher up the field. Another chance for Al Fatik to chance his arms. Takes it long once again, only as far as the first man for Java Lane, but eventually managed to get themselves out of trouble. Ball was loose in midfield there. Java Lane really pin back inside their own half, isn't it? And the header is missed, and there's another chance, but luckily head back up on that occasion. Did the Java Lane defender. And Togneble's touch takes it out of bounds, but they've done really well, have New Star, isn't it? They've pinned back Java Lane inside their own half. Haven't seen them come out in the 20 minutes we played so far. As that change comes for New Star Sports Club. Shahid on for Shakir. Java Lane, interestingly, yet to make a substitution. Just 24 minutes left in this game. Don't want to leave your substitutions too late, isn't it, Sudarshana?
I think they're biding their time to make sure that they try and understand whether they are going to hold the game and go for a draw, whether they will have to chase the game. But 24 minutes of regular time, like you mentioned, Nathan, is not much time for any player to come and make drastic changes. Java Lane, interestingly, are not still going in for that long ball tactic. They've been pushed back into their own half, a little similar to what New Star had been pushed back into the opening exchanges of the game. But it's the second half. There is no catching up if Java Lane aren't able to defend. Auja yet again with a dangerous looking ball. Cleared away to safety.
Here's Auja once again plays it short. Wasn't on the same wavelength though his partner Maziad. Then ball has rolled out for a goal kick. But really just need to get the ball upfield, isn't it? Java Lane. They are much more comfortable in that first half, playing with possession. New Star though today have shown us that they are more than comfortable doing both, isn't it? Sat back in the first half and in the second half playing much more freely. As Olavale emerges with the ball, goes past the first man, and then a lovely 1-2. But the defender read it well. Now New Star looking to counter. But it's that man Abdul Farik once again making the clearance. However, still with possession. New Star. The throw in going the way of Java Lane.
New Star have the luxury of some players who can give them that spark from anywhere of the field. Java Lane haven't had the fortunes of having a good finisher who can really put doubt in the minds of New Star defenders. As the referee calls out for a bump ball.
Played once again over the top for Rizkan. It's Java Lane with a throw in, the first real entry into the attack in third in the second half, as the clock ticks over 70. Here's Olavale wrestling his man off the ball, but didn't play the whistle there, and a New Star player was aware and got the ball up the field, and have to say that's poor stuff from Olavale. Should have played the whistle. Here's a tease-in ball in. Forces Ayub into a save. Chance still live here for New Star, who found the back of the net, and they've taken the lead. It's Auja on the double, and from nowhere New Star Sports Club have turned this game around and turned it around in some style. Ayub there with a costly spill, and Auja had the presence of mind, had the awareness to win that second ball, take it around the keeper and slot it into an empty net to make it 2-1 to New Star. What a turnaround this has been, Sudarshana.
Oh, just fabulous. Fabulous by New Star. When chances have presented themselves, New Star have been absolutely clinical. And this is what champion teams do, isn't it? This is why they are number 2 and will
And Vital Auja, take nothing away from the man. He's been brilliant all game. Even on that instance, had the presence of mind to pounce on the loose ball. Looks like he's done himself some damage in the process, but he won't mind that one bit. And now all of a sudden it's Java Lane who are chasing the game. And as things stand, their fate lies in the hands of Crystal Palace and Negombo Youth.
Well, agonizingly enough, if the score stands until that final long whistle, Java will have to wait an agonizingly long 2 days, because Crystal Palace will take on Negombo Youth on Sunday at that 4 p.m. game. But Vital Auja has been absolutely terrific, hasn't he? Even at that deep defensive midfield role, or in that high up midfield role, he's been a chief tormentor for Java Lane. Now the ball being dislodged. So very easy from New Star, who are Java Lane rather, who are looking very fragile in their own half.
Just don't have that structure and that stability out of possession, isn't it? Like New Star had in that first half. That time caught offside, but once again a nothing kick from the skipper. Has seen possession being turned over. Luckily, the free kick going the way of Java Lane. That time it was Ibrahim, one of the other substitutes for New Star, with that ball over the top. It's just 15 minutes left in this game. Java Lane really do need to make something happen. Just a point is enough. They can scrape another goal. Won't be too unhappy come the long whistle. But once again, New Star doing really well. but not well enough, says referee Madhuranga. Ball stolen illegally. Caught one of the men, Mohammad Alim of Java Lane. So I think, yes, they're just a bit too over-eager on that occasion, Shahid. And Java Lane with a set piece. And Alim with a chance to set one of his teammates up. Need to get more bodies forward, do Java Lane. Here's Alim, goes along the ground. Goes straight into the body of New Star, and the second attempt as well. Cleared away by Audja. So wasted chance there from Java Lane. Sudarshana could have done a lot better, Alim.
No, they haven't been up to the mark in this second 45. New Star, on the other hand, are playing with so much freedom, and they are a very dangerous team when you give them freedom. Now the skipper, Sumudu. Safely escorted to the goalkeeper. Frustration building on in the dugout.
Here's another ball over the top. Running onto it is the veteran Fazal. Gets there in time. Lovely first time cross. Ball is available for New Star. No one able to get that shot away, but falls eventually to that left hand side. And just whizzes past the post. This is excellent stuff from New Star. Really catching this Java Lane defense off guard, and it's that man Fazal once again making things happen.
Well, they just like fine wine, Fazal Mohammed. Absolutely terrific, isn't he? The time another foul committed by Java Lane, who are getting the frustration get to them. Derek making contact with the opposition player before he made contact with the ball.
Here's Audja with the long ball. No one running onto it, and is Fazal trying to apply the pressure, but ball has just rolled out for a goal kick. And a substitution coming in for Java Lane. Their first substitution in this game. It's Mohammad Yasir, who will make his way on for Rizkan. And Rizkan has really had a night to forget, hasn't he? 3 or 4 missed chances in that first half. And in hindsight, some very costly missed opportunities for Java Lane. He'll be hoping to shake it off as here's Olavale getting on the end of that and equalizes for Java Lane. New Star defense scrambling, and it's Olavale capitalizing, and he has his double as well. And out of nothing, Java Lane have gone and equalized once again.
Olawale that time. The defense making a mockery of that, and Olawale gets his foot on the ball. Nobody was going to stop that. And Java Lane, against the run of play, have equalized yet again, making them alive onto the second aid. Seems like it's the day for the overseas players to get braces. First it was Auja, now it's Olawale. Got his first in the 41st minute, gets his second in the 79th. This game is still alive.
That's brilliant. So we're talking about chances, Sudarshana. That was a half chance there, but Olavale had that killer instinct. And now New Star playing with some urgency. Ayub spills it. And unfortunately, Maziyad lost his foot in there. But Ashfaq Ayub very nearly had another error lead into goal.
No. Take a look at that. Afro was privy to that. Just wanted to get that initial touch. Didn't really connect it. Now getting a little talking to Ayub. Javale know that they cannot rest. 10 minutes of regular time. And now the dugout will have to spring into action. They will have to make sure that they bring in a couple of fresh legs and make sure that their defense is good for Java Lane. Because remember, for New Star, they do not desperately need this victory. What they need is to make sure that they cruise through. Java Lane are desperate for a victory or a minimum of a point.
As well as things there, and Olavale has rescued that point for them. Ashfaq Ayub was the guilty party in that second Auja goal. Very nearly allowed Togneble another chance. But looks like Java Lane more than happy to let the ball run out, just run the clock down a bit. We're in the 81st minute after all, and tired legs on the park. Remember, they've only made the one substitution. Have Java Lane so far, and that's another loose ball, but Talim does well to marshal it. And now have space opening up on the right hand side. Here's Olavale, he's been everywhere across the front line for Java Lane. Turns his defender once again expertly and draws the foul. This is absolutely brilliant stuff from Olavale. Knew he had nothing much going for him, but still turned the defender and wins another set piece in a really promising position for Java.
Java Lane need to get bodies inside those inside the box, but are happy to sit back, Nathan. They are not going to take chances with any counters that can come from this. Derek Fernando did deliver a few promising balls. Can he catch this New Star defense napping? New Star have had trouble with that back post.
So you can see Java Lane have two men trying to run onto that back post as well. Clearly they've identified it. Have both Yasir and Imadullah camping. But they really need a good delivery from Derek here. Off his left boot. Curls this one in, and what a teaser that one was from Derek Fernando. Java Lane have sprung to life after that second goal.
They needed something. They absolutely needed something. And Olavale, like you mentioned, can't really call that a half chance. It was almost a quarter chance. It looked like it was a regulation. Now opportunity. Here's Afro. But timely intervention from the defense. Still alive for New Star.
Farik there once again. He's been a big presence in defense for Java Lane, and another ball over the top. The defense is scrambling at the moment, but Alim turns his way out of trouble. Only as far as Aouj, and it's fallen kindly to Togneble, but Fazal rather. His shot squeezes wide. Aouj did well to get a boot in the way, and Fazal did the right thing. Took that shot first time. But what a thriller we've had here. Isn't it, Sudarshana?
Well, after that second goal from New Star, many would have thought it was going to be a mundane affair. But with just over 5 minutes to go in regular time, this game has really sprung to life. Harshana Sumudu, the skipper, letting the defense know, lads, it's our time to do the job. Ayub.
Takes it long and ball finds its way to Olavale once again. Turns the defense. Expert stuff from the forward. Unfortunately, just didn't have enough support on that occasion. But Olavale, it's been a real live wire. Sometimes single-handedly carried that front line for Java Lane. And the pressure just get into Shahid there. It's a loose touch from him. And Java Lane have a throw in. Just under 5 minutes left on the clock, and Olavale is caught there. Very lucky that that isn't a booking. Off the ball as well. Guilty party, Mohammad Shakib. And suddenly it's a new star that have the nerves.
Alim haven't been able to try and get the purchase that he's been looking for from these long ranges. But Olavale is going to definitely be his primary target.
Just couldn't get it right there, Mohammad Alim. Easiest of collections for Shade. Unfortunate there for Javelin. Alim's deliveries just haven't been good in this second half, isn't it? Derek Fernando, I thought, has been the better man over the dead ball.
Fernando so much better on the other end of the field. I think better with his left foot. Shahid going for a long range. Skipper heads it away for Java Lane. Here's Afro.
Timely intervention once again from the Java Lane defense, and the crowd getting behind them as well. Right behind us. And here's Olavale once again. Toying with Auja and eventually forces the mistake. And Miziad is caught there by Olavale. And that's a bit cynical. Remember, he's on a yellow card as well, Sudarshana.
Which is why there was no protest on the foul. He came back up saying, I got the ball. Now this is dangerous. They're making contact on the player from behind. Always dangerous. And just like that first goal, Mohammad Fasal can really break the spirits of everybody from Slave Island here.
Fasal looking to curl this one in. Doesn't get the contact he wanted, and cleared away by Javelin. Still have bodies up front, do New Star and send it over the top. But just couldn't get there in time, and eventually won back by Maziad. There's a midfield tussle going on at the moment. And another long ball over the top. It falls to Togneblev, who was offside. But Ayub had made the collection nonetheless, as we are into the final 30 seconds of normal time. Sudarshana, still anyone's game.
Well, Javelin players going to the ground like flies. They've had to run, and run they have. Have they run enough is what we will have to see.
We're here in 5 minutes of added time at the end of this second half. So, no, they haven't run enough. Sudarshana have some more to do, but I'm sure they've got plenty in the tank in front of a big crowd in there cheering for them as well. Javelin. As things stand, a point is enough for them. Looks like it will be another substitution coming up. Double substitution coming up for New Star.
Interesting tactic from Javelin, who've just gone for one substitution, that also at the 79th minute. Would have thought that they would have maybe, just maybe, in this added time, tried to park the bus, knowing that 1 point would take them through. As we look at the substitution.
This is Abdul Rahim coming on alongside Mohammad Mafas. And he's replacing Mohammad Maziad, who's had a good game in that number 8 for New Star. He's also been up and down the park. But yes, this late into the game, even as a time-wasting tactic, maybe Javelin can go for a substitution. But just hasn't seemed to cross Coach Nasser Hamid's mind yet. It's just about closing this game out for Javelin. New Star will be more than happy with a point. They've already sealed their place in the second round.
Well, I wonder whether it has crossed the minds of the coaching staff that 1 point is going to be sufficient. Harshana Sumudu, the skipper, on the floor.
Olavale once again, lovely hold up play. Teasing, cross into the box. Ricochets off the Javelin attacker rather. And forces Shade into another sharp save. Had absolutely nothing going for him on that occasion, Yasir. But still managed to get the header away. Very nearly had a late winner there, did Javelin. But here come New Star. Derek Fernando into the thick of things. Already played 3 minutes of stoppage time, just 2 minutes to come. 120 seconds to make a difference. Here's the throw in taken quickly, headed away by the skipper. Javelin with their backs against the walls in this last 90 seconds or so. They'll be defending, and it's New Star hunting that late winner, and Javelin have done the right thing, and they've got all the outfielders in the box, and that header is just wide from New Star. Take a look at the replay, and had 9 men in the box, Sudarshana, but still couldn't mark that man.
Unmarked. And Ayub. Well, what a throw that time by Al-Fatiq.
And the confirmation as well that the Player of the Match award has been awarded to Vital Ahuja of New Star Sports Club, and rightfully so, isn't it? He's had quite the shift in midfield and has a brace to go with it as well.
Yeah, rightfully so, but here's an opportunity for Javelin, and just outside the box, where's it? Referee not heeding to the call for a penalty, and Javelin are battling hard. come to the end of minimum added time, but referee deciding that there is a couple of more seconds or minutes maybe. Another throw in. Al Fatiq with his long range throws could be the man that makes the difference. He's done that couple of times already in this competition.
Some damage to his wrist there. Mohammad Yasir, the only substitute for Java Lane. As Al Fatiq takes the long throw in, teases it into the box. It's still live. Didn't clear their lines as they wanted to. Java Lane and Auja can spiral it back in. Yes, Olavale though winning it back. And very nearly had his man through on goal, but it's turned over. And it's chance is still live for Java Lane. And Mohammad Shahid with a nervous collection keeps the score at 2-2.
Auja coming second best of that challenge. I think there was some contact on him. We've gone 2 minutes over added time. Referee Madhuranga having to trek back all the way downfield. New Star with possibly the last push to win this one, clinch this one. Afro wants somebody to throw this one in. And it's that man again, Al Fatiq. Throws it into the box. On the volley. Oh! What a kick by the veteran. And that is the game. New Star denied of 3. But Java Lane are celebrating this like a victory.
Well. Mohammad Fazal denied at the 11th hour by Ashfaq Ayub. And that brings the crowd to its feet here at the racecourse as Java Lane have secured their place in the second round of this Sri Lanka Football Champions League. Only needed a point, were made to work really hard for it, especially in that second half. But eventually, Olavale with his lovely hold-up play and the double has led his men over the line. New Star will be content with the point. Talauja, the star man for them. He had a brace of his own. But what a game we've had here Friday night at the racecourse, and it didn't disappoint one bit. Players shaking hands. And what an entertaining affair this one has been. A tale of two halves, almost you could call it. It was Java Lane that dominated that first 45, even though they had just the one goal to show for it. But in that, after the breather, New Star really came into it with a spring in their step, overturned it, and then Olavale in the 79th minute, taking that half chance, making it 2 apiece, and sealing his side's place in the second round as the cheers ring around the racecourse. Java Lane will have the chance to compete in the second round, will have the chance to rise to the pinnacle of Sri Lankan football once again. So here we have full-time confirmation. It's 2 goals apiece between New Star and Javelin. Taking a look at the highlights from that second half. Olavale asking plenty of questions of the New Star defense. His hold-up play was exceptional, tested shade on numerous occasions, but this was the difference maker. Fazal with a lovely ball over the top, and it was Audja getting on the end of it, making up for his mistake in that first half. Here once again, plenty of chances for New Star, who really came into this game after that first goal. Couple of yellow cards as well shown. This was the opportunity for Togneble, and on the recycle ball was spilled by Ayub, and Audja was there to put it in for the double and make it 2-1. And then out of absolutely nothing, Olavale pounced on the opportunity to make it 2 apiece in the 79th minute. And had a couple of chances after that, and this was the final one for Mohammad Fazal, who tested Ayub, and Ayub was up to the task to keep the score at 2 apiece and send his side into the second round. So the second draw today, 1-1 earlier, 2-2 in the late kickoff, and tomorrow at 4 p.m. Serendip taking on Saunders, and Pelicans taking on St. Mary's, and on Sunday we'll close out the final 2 games in the first round of the Sri Lanka Football Champions League, as Negombo Youth take on Crystal Palace and Sri Lanka Police take on Solid Sports Club. And with that being said, folks, that brings an end to our coverage of this game between Javelin and New Star. Thank you for tuning in. It's been an absolute pleasure, and it's been an absolute thriller. We'll see you again tomorrow with plenty of action from the Racecourse in the Sri Lanka Football Champions League. But for now, it's thank you and good night.